Beauty and the Beast. Chapter 1. The Enchanted Castle. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there lived a kind and beautiful young woman named Belle. She lived in a small, quiet village with her father, Maurice, who was an inventor known for his peculiar gadgets and contraptions. Belle was unlike the other villagers. She was an avid reader and a dreamer. While the villagers busied themselves with their daily routines, Belle could often be found in the village library, lost in the pages of a book, dreaming of far-off places and adventures. One crisp winter morning, Maurice set off on a journey to the nearby town to showcase one of his latest inventions, a contraption designed to automatically chop firewood. Belle waved him off with a smile, promising to take care of the house during his absence. As the days turned into weeks, Belle grew increasingly worried about her father's well-being. He had not returned, and she feared that something terrible had happened to him. She decided to set off in search of him, leaving behind a note explaining her intentions. The journey was long and treacherous, but Belle was determined to find her father. She followed the winding forest path, guided only by the memories of his tales of his travels. Eventually, she came upon a dense and ancient forest, its trees towering high above. Lost in the heart of the forest, Belle continued her search until she stumbled upon a castle that seemed to have sprung from the pages of a fairy tale. It was a magnificent structure, though it appeared to be abandoned and in disrepair. Belle cautiously entered the castle, calling out for her father. There was no response, but the castle seemed to beckon her further inside. As she ventured deeper, she came across a grand hall filled with enchanted objects. Chairs and candlesticks spoke to her, and she realized that the castle was not abandoned but enchanted. The objects were once the inhabitants of the castle, transformed into household items by a powerful enchantress's curse. Belle, however, could not find her father among the animated objects. She continued her search until she reached the castle's highest tower, where she discovered her father locked in a dark, damp cell. Maurice was weak and disoriented, but he recognized his daughter with a mixture of relief and sadness. Belle quickly freed her father and embraced him, vowing to protect and care for him. But their ordeal was not over. As they attempted to leave the castle, a fearsome and beastly figure appeared before them. It was the beast, the master of the castle and the one who had cast the curse. The beast was a terrifying sight, with a fearsome demeanor and a voice that thundered through the castle. He accused Belle and her father of trespassing and stealing from him, which they vehemently denied. Belle pleaded for her father's release, offering herself as the beast's prisoner in exchange. The beast, moved by Belle's selflessness, agreed to spare Maurice's life on one condition: Belle must stay in the castle as his captive forever. Maurice, torn between his love for his daughter and his fear of the beast, reluctantly agreed, and with a heavy heart, he left the castle, promising to return with help. Belle, now a prisoner in the castle, was both frightened and determined. She was determined to find a way to break the curse that bound the beast and his servants, and to ensure her father's safety. Little did she know that her journey would lead her to discover the true nature of the beast and uncover a love that could transcend appearances. Chapter 2. The Castle's Enchanted Inhabitants. Belle was shown to her room in the castle, a lavish chamber filled with exquisite furnishings and an ornate canopy bed. Despite the opulence, she couldn't help but feel a profound sense of isolation and sadness. She longed for her father and the familiar comforts of her village. As night fell, Belle heard a gentle knock at her door. It was Lumière, a charming candelabra who had once been the castle's maitre d'. He introduced himself and offered to guide her to the castle's dining room for supper. Belle followed Lumière through the winding corridors of the castle, her footsteps echoing in the empty halls. Along the way, she encountered more of the castle's enchanted inhabitants. Cogsworth, a punctilious mantle clock, Mrs. Potts, a teapot who served as the castle's housekeeper, her son Chip, a teacup, and a host of other animated objects. Despite their unusual appearances, Belle found herself growing fond of these enchanted beings. They were warm, hospitable, and eager to make her feel welcome. They explained that they had been transformed into household items by an enchantress's curse long ago and could only be restored to their human forms if the beast learned to love and be loved in return. At the dining room, Belle was introduced to the beast, who sat at the head of a long, ornate table. His gruff exterior and fearsome appearance initially terrified her, but she soon realized that there was more to him than met the eye. The beast was, in many ways, a prisoner of his own anger and bitterness. Over the course of their shared meals, Belle and the beast began to converse. Belle's love for books and her curious nature intrigued the beast, who had a surprisingly extensive library. He allowed Belle access to the library, and she was overwhelmed by its vast collection of books. It was a dream come true for her, and she spent hours lost in the world of literature. As Belle and the beast spent more time together, they discovered common interests and shared experiences. Belle learned about the beast's tragic past, how he had been transformed by the enchantress for his selfishness and cruelty. She began to see the wounded soul beneath his fearsome exterior. Gradually, Belle and the beast's relationship evolved from one of captor and captive to one of friendship and understanding. Belle realized that the beast was not the monster he appeared to be, and the beast, in turn, began to soften his demeanor in her presence. Chapter 3: The Beauty Within. Weeks turned into months, and Belle's life in the castle became a strange yet comforting routine. She had access to the library, where she voraciously read books on various subjects, from history to poetry. She also spent time with the Enchanted Objects, who became her confidants and friends. As Belle got to know the castle's inhabitants better, she discovered their individual quirks and endearing qualities. Lumière was a hopeless romantic, always eager to arrange candlelit dinners for Belle and the beast. Cogsworth, despite his punctilious nature, had a heart of gold and often played games with Belle to lift her spirits. Mrs. Potts and Chip treated Belle like a beloved member of their family, regaling her with tales of their life before the curse. One day, Belle stumbled upon a magical rose, its petals resplendent and glowing. The rose was encased in a glass dome and held a special significance to the beast. It was the very rose that had led to his transformation, a symbol of the curse's impending permanence. Curious, Belle asked the Enchanted Objects about the rose's significance, and they revealed the truth. The beast's appearance was tied to the rose. As long as the petals remained on the stem, there was hope for the curse to be broken. But if the last petal fell before he learned to love and be loved in return, he would remain a beast forever. Belle felt a growing sense of responsibility and urgency. She knew that her presence in the castle was tied to the fate of the beast and his servants. She began to see the beast not just as her captor, but as a lonely and tormented soul who deserved a chance at redemption. With this newfound determination, Belle made it her mission to help the beast break the curse. She spent more time with him, sharing stories, laughter, and even the occasional dance in the castle's grand ballroom. The beast, in turn, revealed his vulnerability and the pain of his past mistakes. One evening, Belle and the beast shared a quiet moment in the castle's rose garden. As they watched the sun dip below the horizon, Belle realized that her feelings for the beast had deepened. She cared for him deeply, not out of obligation, but out of a genuine connection that transcended appearances. The beast, too, found himself falling in love with Belle. Her kindness, intelligence, and compassion had awakened something within him that he had thought long lost. He yearned to be a better person, not just for himself but for Belle. As they stood in the fading light, the beast took a deep breath and confessed his feelings to Belle. He told her that he had fallen in love with her, a sentiment that both terrified and thrilled him. Belle, touched by the beast's sincerity, admitted that she, too, had fallen in love with him. It was a moment of vulnerability and acceptance, a testament to the power of love to see beyond outward appearances and embrace the beauty within. Their love gave them hope that the curse could be broken, but there was still much work to be done. Belle knew that true love required sacrifice, and she was willing to make the ultimate sacrifice to save the beast and his servants. Chapter 4: The Sacrifice of Love. Belle's love for the beast grew stronger with each passing day, but she knew that their time was running out. The enchanted rose, the very symbol of their hope, had begun to lose its petals at an alarming rate. Despite their love, the curse still loomed over the castle, and Belle was determined to break it. She believed that her love for the beast was genuine, but she knew that he needed to experience true love in return to fully break the enchantress's spell. One evening, as they sat in the castle's library, Belle shared her plan with the beast. She believed that if he were to truly love someone else and be loved in return, the curse would be lifted, and he would return to his human form. The beast was torn. He loved Belle deeply and did not want to lose her, but he also understood the gravity of the situation. Reluctantly, he agreed to Belle's plan, realizing that it was their best chance at breaking the curse. Belle, with a heavy heart, decided to leave the castle and return to her village. She hoped that by doing so, the beast would have the opportunity to find someone who could love him in return. She promised that she would return as soon as she could and that their love would endure. As Belle journeyed back to her village, she couldn't help but feel a profound sense of loss. She missed the castle and its enchanted inhabitants, but she also longed for the beast, the one she had come to love so deeply. Back in the village, Belle was greeted with surprise and concern by the villagers. She shared her incredible tale of the beast and the enchanted castle, but her pleas for help fell on deaf ears. The villagers dismissed her story as fanciful and impossible. Undeterred, Belle continued to visit the village library, where she read books about magic, curses, and true love's power to break enchantments. She was determined to find a way to break the curse that held the beast and his servants captive. Months passed, and Belle's heart ached with longing for the beast. She knew that time was running out for the enchanted rose, and she feared that she might never see her beloved again. Chapter 5: The Power of True Love. Back at the castle, the beast was in turmoil. He missed Belle with an intensity that surprised him. Her absence had left a void in his heart that nothing could fill. He longed for her return, even as he tried to honor their agreement. The castle's enchanted inhabitants, too, missed Belle and worried about the fate of their master. Lumière, Cogsworth, Mrs. Potts, and the others had seen the transformation in the beast and recognized the power of his love for Belle. One evening, as the last petal of the enchanted rose began to wither, the beast and his servants gathered in the grand ballroom. They had resigned themselves to their fate, believing that the curse would never be broken. But then, a miracle occurred. As the final petal fell from the rose, a burst of magical light filled the room, illuminating the entire castle. The enchantress's curse was broken, and the castle's inhabitants were transformed back into their human forms. The former candelabra, Lumière, was once again a dashing maitre d'. Cogsworth regained his human appearance as the castle's steward. Mrs. Potts and Chip were no longer teapots, but a kind and caring housekeeper and her son. The beast, however, remained in his beastly form, and his heart ached for Belle. He feared that he had failed to find true love, despite his deep feelings for her. As the newly transformed inhabitants celebrated their return to human form, they realized that true love's power had indeed broken the curse. They knew that Belle's love for the beast had been genuine, and it had been the catalyst for their transformation. The former servants rejoiced in their newfound humanity, but they also worried about their beloved master. They knew that without Belle's return, he would remain a beast forever, despite the curse's lifting. Meanwhile, Belle had continued her quest to find a way to break the curse. She had learned about the power of true love and believed that it held the key to their salvation. She had never stopped loving the beast, and her heart ached with the hope of reuniting with him. One day, while reading a book about magic and curses, Belle discovered a passage that spoke of the enchantress's curse. It revealed that the curse could only be truly broken if the beast experienced true love and earned the love of another in return. Belle's heart leaped with hope. She knew what she had to do. She had to return to the castle and confess her love for the beast, even if it meant never seeing her village again. With determination and love in her heart, Belle embarked on the journey back to the castle, her only wish to be reunited with the one she loved. Chapter 6: A Reunion of Hearts. Belle's journey back to the castle was filled with anticipation and trepidation. She had learned the true nature of the curse and knew that only her love for the beast could break it completely. As she approached the castle, her heart raced with a mixture of fear and hope. She had missed the enchanted objects and, most of all, the beast, whom she had come to love with all her heart. Inside the castle, the former servants eagerly awaited Belle's return. They believed that her love was the missing piece to break the curse and restore their master to his true form. When Belle stepped into the castle's grand hall, she was met with a joyful chorus of voices. Lumière, Cogsworth, Mrs. Potts, and the others greeted her with tears of happiness, grateful for her return. But Belle's heart yearned for one person, the beast. She knew that her confession of love was the key to their happiness. With trembling hands and a determined spirit, she made her way to the beast's chambers. There, in the beast's dark and foreboding room, she found him, a shadow of his former self. He turned to her, his eyes filled with a mixture of longing and despair. Belle took a deep breath and, with unwavering sincerity, confessed her love for him. "I love you, beast," she said, her voice filled with emotion. "I realized that I loved you from the moment we met. Your kindness, your intelligence, and your capacity for love have shown me the true beauty within you. I want to be with you, no matter how you look, because it's the person you are inside that matters." As Belle spoke those words, a miraculous transformation occurred. The beast's entire body was bathed in a radiant light, and as Belle watched in awe, he began to change. His fearsome appearance melted away, replaced by that of a handsome prince. Belle gasped in astonishment, realizing that her love had broken the curse completely. The prince, no longer a beast, stood before her, his eyes filled with gratitude and love. Overjoyed, they embraced, knowing that their love had conquered all obstacles. Belle's sacrifice, her unwavering belief in love, had brought about a miracle. Chapter 7. A Tale of Love and Transformation. With the curse finally broken, the castle and its enchanted inhabitants were bathed in a brilliant light. The grand hall, once cold and foreboding, now shone with warmth and splendor. Lumière, Cogsworth, Mrs. Potts, and the others had returned to their human forms, and they celebrated their newfound freedom. The castle, once trapped in eternal winter, now bloomed with the beauty of spring. The prince, who had been a beast for so long, was grateful for Belle's love and understanding. He had learned the importance of kindness and compassion, and he vowed to rule his kingdom with fairness and humility. Belle, now a princess, found herself in a world of enchantment and wonder. She had not only found true love, but also the strength to see beyond appearances and embrace the beauty within. The prince and Belle were married in a grand ceremony, and their love story became legendary throughout the kingdom. Their tales served as a reminder that love could break even the most powerful of curses and that true beauty could be found in the depths of the heart. The enchanted objects, once mere household items, lived happily alongside the prince and Belle. They continued to serve the castle but were no longer bound by the constraints of enchantment. Lumière and Cogsworth's friendship remained as strong as ever, and Mrs. Potts and Chip were reunited as mother and son. As for Maurice, Belle's father, he was overjoyed to learn of his daughter's happy ending. He attended the royal wedding and saw the love in Belle's eyes, knowing that she had found her true home. And so, the tale of Beauty and the Beast became a story of love's power to break curses, transform lives, and reveal the beauty within. It was a tale of sacrifice, redemption, and the enduring belief that true love could conquer all. Belle and the prince lived happily ever after, their love story a testament to the magic of love and the beauty that lies within every heart. Chapter 8. A Tale Lives On. The story of Beauty and the Beast continued to be told throughout the ages, passed down from generation to generation. It became a beloved fairy tale, cherished for its message of love, kindness, and the transformative power of the human heart. In the kingdom, Belle and the prince ruled with wisdom and compassion. They worked tirelessly to improve the lives of their subjects and promoted the values of empathy and understanding. Their love story remained an inspiration to all, a reminder that beauty was not just skin deep, and that true love could overcome any obstacle. The enchanted objects, too, continued to play a vital role in the kingdom. Lumière's candlelit dinners became legendary, and Cogsworth's punctuality ensured that the kingdom ran smoothly. Mrs. Potts and Chip, now reunited as a human family, shared their love of tea and hospitality with all who visited the castle. As for the village, the villagers had learned the importance of looking beyond appearances and embracing diversity. They welcomed outsiders and celebrated the differences that made each person unique. Belle's love for reading had inspired the establishment of a village library, where the joy of learning was celebrated by all. The legacy of Beauty and the Beast extended far beyond the kingdom's borders. The tale of love's power to transform lives inspired countless others to seek the beauty within themselves and in others. It served as a reminder that kindness, compassion, and love could change the world for the better. And so, the story of Beauty and the Beast lived on, not just as a fairy tale, but as a timeless lesson in the enduring power of love and the beauty that resided in every heart.